Kevin Silvera, The Keys to Music, Community and Life. The Keys to Music, Community and Life. Kevin Silvera.
How many of you were ever compared to someone else growing up? Maybe it was a friend or a schoolmate, or you were like me and had older brother or sister. My eldest brother was a soccer champ. He came home with trophy after trophy. Me, I tried soccer, but let's face it, I stunk. My middle brother was a gifted artist ever since he could hold a pencil. I tried to draw, but all I managed were stick figures. I had a hard time growing up trying to fit in. That is, until music came along. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, I'm going to share with you 3 simple points. Music helped me build self-confidence. Music helped me through troubled times. And music helps me give back to my community. Point 3.5, even if you're a musician, that does not give you the right, while you're in church, to tell your mom that she's singing off key. My journey in music began with the radio. Growing up, we had one of those 6-foot-long stereos that took up half the living room space in your family living room. We were forbidden to touch it growing up. My dad always listened to his favorite soccer team play on the Portuguese radio station every Sunday morning. One Sunday morning during a big game, my brothers and I decided to tune in with my dad. He went to the radio. He turned on the radio, and instead of the Portuguese radio station, out came blasting Eddie Van Halen! I immediately transformed into Mini-Me Van Halen with my air guitar, and I was on stage in front of countless people. And instead of hearing a wondrous applause, I saw my dad and my brothers just looking at me. They thought I was nuts, but I wasn't nuts. I had finally found my passion. Well, after that incident, it took me 3 years of begging and pleading my parents to give me music lessons. Dad, please, I'll do anything. I'll take out the trash. Mom, I'll wash your car. Well, they got the point after 3 years. Otherwise, they were just sick of me. But by then, my brothers had already had 7 or 8 years experience in soccer and art. I was far behind. But it wasn't a race. I practiced daily at the piano. It was as if I'd walked through the wardrobe and entered Narnia, a transformed land. The world of sound. Harmonies poured from the piano. Time stood still. I was in my element. Years of hard work after that, I became a music major in college. Although my parents didn't quite understand, they let me follow my passions. Years of hard work after that, I was ready to graduate. And just a few months before that happened, my worst tragedy struck. My dad, pai as we say in Portuguese, the man who showed me that if you're not living your passions, you're not living life, passed away. It was a terrible time for all my family members. I became depressed. I locked myself in my room. And I remember on those sunny summer afternoons, just looking out the window, my future was a blank. I had no mind for music anymore. I was going through a tough time. I said, why? What's the meaning of this? And then I remembered my dad. He would always walk around quoting Bobby McFerrin. Do, 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 do. Don't worry. Do, 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 do. Be happy. Do, 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 do. Don't worry, be happy. And I realized my dad worked hard all of his life. He was a cement mason, which meant he got up early in the morning, he worked long hours, and he came home late at night. But he loved what he did. He would often take nothing, which was weeds and dirt, and transform it into a beautiful patio for everyone to enjoy. He never lost sight of his goals. His number one priority was always his family. And then I turned to myself and I said, music is in my blood. But I also have a passion to share that with others. I started to teach. And I slowly entered the world of music again. I became happy because I realized that not only was my passion music, but to share the joy of music with students one at a time was something that I had developed. Sharing yourself with your community is one of the greatest gifts that you can ever give. In the words of Helen Keller, the most beautiful things in life aren't what we see or touch, but it's what we feel in the heart.